Hello everybody, welcome back to the unit number 5. So the last session I showed the unit number 5, part of the unit number 5. So we were discussing with comparatives and superlatives. We already seen this in previous courses, but this is like a review. So the comparisons, we have one object that is compared to another object. In this case we're talking about cities and places, and there are different types of adjectives. Well, there are two basically. The ones that are regular or irregular, they are just few. For example, good or bad are irregular. It turns in better or worse in the comparison form. Right here we have the short adjective that is cheap. For the adjective we need to add the er, that's it, and the relative pronoun than. So we are comparing the city of St. Petersburg and Moscow. And then here for long adjectives we add more or less, such as crowded or expensive. And here there's another one that is irregular, which is good. Good turns to better or worse. And the same here. In the superlatives, we need to add the article that all the time, no matter what. So we need to add it all the time. Don't forget that. And the ending or the suffix is a est. Okay, so we're gonna continue. Look to the answer. So we have hotter than, less expensive than, more densely populated than, and finally worse than. So we are comparing. In this case, the weather. No, there's a lot of rain, and the weather is mildly sunny. The weather in July is worse than in January. So we're comparing the weather from the different seasons that we have. And below here we have to complete with using the superlatives. We notice that all this they will have the article da or the, no? So da. So look at this. Da. For the long ones, we need to use the most or least depending on the situation. So this is the most culturally diverse city in your country and the least populated. Okay, well, so we are done with the superlatives. Now we're gonna we have already look to the reading here. It's asking or let someone do something for you. We're gonna skip this and we're gonna go to this part. So we look to the adjectives and good experiences and bad experiences. That was in our last session. And now reporting commands. For reporting commands is the act in Spanish the usamos los verbos para reportar información tienen que ir en pasado porque pues la acción ya se llevó a cabo y tú estás reportando un evento que ya sucedió. For example, the last class the teacher told us that we were going to continue to look to the reporting commands and advice. That's part of the reported speech. So we're gonna look to the answer. So if the teacher say or somebody says don't pack too much, she told me not to pack too much. We use the negative form in this way. She told me not to pack too much. Not to pack too much. Then buy a youth hostel card. She advised me to buy a youth hostel card. So these are the verbs that are used to report commands. In this case, commands son imperativos or son reglas. So we need to take into consideration the verb. Get a visa. He remind me or she remind me to get a visa. Okay. Then we have don't go out at night alone. He warned me or she warned me not to go out alone. Well, in this case, it's about Maria, no? But if it's a teacher, the teacher give you a suggestion, we need to do it like that way. Okay? And that is. Okay, so here is an example, a tourist guy. I want you to follow up in this video. En este video quiero que pongas abajo una recomendación de alguien que te haya dado when you visit a different place. It could be an uncle, it could be your mom, it could be your dad, whoever, using the reporting commands when you travel. No? A friend of yours giving you an advice or warning you. So we'll use that same structure. For example, when I went to Colombia, my friend Gabriel told me not to pack too much. Not to pack too much clothes, no? So that's his advice. So he advised me not to pack too much clothes, and he advised me to buy dollars instead buying in Mexico City in the money exchange, no? Entonces ahí es the reporting commands, okay? So he advised me. He told me not to go to whatever place alone. I see. All right. So this is for this video. Please comment this. Now we can say that I can report comments and advice. Yes. So we're gonna get introduced to the next section. So we look to the Medellin, Colombia. hmm And we are done. This is a wrap up. Now we're gonna go to unit number 6. And this is character traits, defining relative clauses, interrupting politely, agreeing interruption, teasing, manage stress, wish, and un paréntesis muy grande, chicos. Esto ya lo hemos visto. Nada más es como un repaso muy general, so it won't affect us. So here we already looked at the character traits cuando describimos en la clase los diferentes personajes, ¿no? Con sus personalidades. Then defining relative clauses era cuando vimos el who, el which y el that. Recuerdan que vimos el who, which and that to describe a character, ¿no? And tips to manage stress is one of the parts of the lesson, and the verb wish, this is two. Okay, so this is a warming up. So pizza and you. So imagine that you were part of the pizza. What ingredient would you be? No? So you say or pick up your crust or your sauce and cheese, spices, meat, other toppings, and you can look it in your book or in this video. No, you can pause it right here. But the main information, well, character traits. So we're gonna match them. So competitive. Who is competitive? It says B. You want to be better than everyone else. 2. Energetic. You are active and enthusiastic. 3. Idealistic. You believe you can make good things happen. Imaginative. F. You always think of new and creative ideas. Independent. D. You think and act without help from others. Then, logical. You make decisions based on facts. Loyal. You always support people and places you know. Rebellious. You do not follow other people's rules. And studies. You spend time studying and learning new things. Okay, so we already looked at this. Personality traits, language and context. So we have here different examples. Vean aquí, voy a explicarlo. The reformer is logical and idealistic. This is type of person wants everything to be perfect. So you can continue to go following up the next sentences. The helper is caring and generous. This type likes to please people. The achiever is a person who wants success. This type of person is studious and ambitious. The individualist is sensitive and often quiet. This type likes to be independent. The investigator is curious and creative. This is a person who is always questioning things. So todos estos van a ser con who because we're talking about a person. Now, let's look to defining relative clauses. That's an exercise that we have already done in the previous courses. So, well, I invite you to check it out. So we're going to look to the definitions in the grammar part and says defining relative clauses supplies essential information about a noun. They answer the questions what kind or which ones. Use the pronouns who or what, that for people. Use which or that for things. The achiever is a person who that wants success. The pacemaker dislikes situations which that create conflict. Acuérdense que that puede ser para todos estos porque estamos hablando de defining relative clauses. Defining relative clauses son las defining. Las non-defining que vamos a ver después no pueden ir con that. So the relative pronouns are optional when they are the object of a relative clause. The loyalist is someone who, that, aquí en este caso los puedo omitir, is someone people can trust. The challenger makes decisions which that it can be omitted, other people can find difficult to make. Si nos regresamos en la lectura anterior, the reformer is logical and idealistic. Aquí podría decir the reformer is someone or is someone that is logical and idealistic, or who is logical or idealistic. Como vemos aquí, the achiever is a person or someone who wants success. En este caso tenemos pues person and it needs to be congruent with wants and success. ¿Qué es lo que pasa aquí? Que la concordancia del sujeto verbo tiene que ver con el pronombre relativo de quien se está refiriendo. Okay. Well, I'll pause here this exercise, this part, and then you have to continue. You have to continue using, in this case, who or which. Todos, cabe mencionar que pueden ir con that because are defined relative clauses, but the purpose of the exercise is using who or which. Okay, so I'll pause it right here. And let's continue this part of the reading. Now, so this is a conversation between Kevin and Carol. The instructions, it's interruptions. No, that's part of the speech. Did you see that? I can't believe it. He's safe. Carol, what a great play. He's one of the most competitive players I've ever seen. What do you think some people are so competitive? Well, maybe he is middle child. What do you mean? People who have older, younger brothers or sisters are often very competitive. I just read something about that. And people sorry, but can I ask something? Sure, go ahead. Where did you read that? That's crazy. In a psychology magazine, I can show you. Anyway, as I was saying, the youngest person in the family is often the most outgoing and confident. That's me. Maybe it's not so crazy. So there's an interruption that Carol did to Kevin. So you have interrupting politely. Sorry, but can I ask you something? I'm sorry, but could I ask you something before you go on? Could I ask something? Then agreeing interruption. Sure, go ahead. Yeah, of course. And then we're gonna read the next conversation. Also, do you think a husband and wife should have similar personalities? Similar personalities? No, it's better to be different. But I also think, well, before you go on, could I ask you something else? Then four. Okay, sure. What about friends? I think different with friends, but husbands and wives have to have in some interest in common sense. No, there's an interruption. Okay, so there's a part of the stress. So we're gonna meet that look into that expression because they're gonna be on your exam, and tips to manage stress. So I imagine that some of you could feel the stress, or maybe not. Maybe you feel really comfortable being at quarantine. Many people is not. Well, many people are not. But whatever case, well, so here are some like advices or something like that. Okay. Okay, guys. I will pause it here. Lo voy a detener por acá. Any question that you might have, please contact me and we can deal any situation. So please follow up, continue doing your activities and comment. Comenten, por favor, comenten los videos con las actividades, porque ya va a ser hora de cierre y sí es importante que vayan haciendo esto. Y pues muchas gracias, take care, and see you soon to the next transmission that I'll be doing. So they're gonna be a little bit faster, porque son temas que ya hemos visto, por eso no hay que preocuparnos tanto, son temas que ya han sido vistos. Por favor, entren y comuníquense, por favor, aquí conmigo o o ahí en el grupo. Well, have a great afternoon and see you soon.